let a glitch in the matrix happen and is letting me become a nurse? What is happening? This is nuts. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm in like the thick of growing pains, I guess. I don't even know what you call it. It's the first full week of the new year that like we've been home and we're back in regular life, getting adjusted to going back to the gym and work and getting ready to start school and the kids being back in school. I woke up it was not a great morning, I'll just say that. So I apologize if the vibes are off, but like I'm just gonna keep it real with you. Not every day is gonna be great, and like glowing up or whatever the fuck you want to call it, like it's not always pretty. And this morning I'm like, I just want to be a lazy piece of shit all day, but I can't, and I'm not going to, because I have goals, and being more consistent with YouTube is one of my goals. So all that being said, let's get started. Okay, so first things first, let me give you guys an update with school. I finished block 3. Long story short, after I started therapy, I was just feeling really bad about myself, about like YouTube and like not doing what I was supposed to be doing. I had not performed great in block 2, so put all my filming equipment under my bed, and I was just like, we're gonna deal with that at a later time. Because ultimately, like my performance, I didn't feel like it was appropriate for me to come on here and like give anybody advice or anything, because again, like I was not happy with my own personal performance, you know what I mean? I already felt shitty enough about like not doing well that I was like, well, I'm not gonna go on fucking YouTube and like tell everybody like, hey, guess what? I'm barely passing. I wasn't barely passing, it could have been worse. But anyway, that being said, so I made no attempt to film anything in block 3. Maybe in like July, so like a month before the semester started, I just started getting this weird feeling like I was like manifesting that I was gonna fail. Like I had decided in my mind that I was going to fail. And it was like keeping me up at night. I was like, it was bad. Like that was when I started therapy, was because I was like, I'm in the middle of like a fucking nervous breakdown. Like what the hell is wrong with me? I think that ultimately did help me, because like I was dialed in. Like by the time block 3 started, I was like fully in it. I had done all the reading, like I was ready to go. In block 3, we covered OB and like med surge 2, I guess. I don't know. It was like more critical, but not critical care. So it was just like, you know, the next level up, if you will. Kind of like the bad shit that can turn into like the really bad shit. I don't know how people get ready with their hair down. It literally, like I need my hair, and my hair's so freaking greasy. It's disgusting. So block 3, numbers and otherwise, was by far the best that I've done in nursing school. And right, wrong, or indifferent, I'm just being honest with you, like it really gave me the sense of validation of like, okay, like I am good at this. Like I should be here. I'm in the right place. Like I'm doing the right thing. This has never happened to me before. Both of my OB instructor and my med surg instructor ended up being my clinical instructors too. That never ever happens. It was like, I don't know. And my med surg instructor was like the most maternal woman, and I have hella mommy issues, so I was like, please love me, like I really want you to like me. I just was always like seeking her like approval, I guess. I don't know, but like she's great, love her, 10 of 10, like obsessed with her. I'm going too fast. So in the beginning of block 3, I completely forgot, I had a really hard go with sim. I failed sim 3, I think I failed a sim 3 times in a row. And then we had, I don't even remember, we had another sim, and I had a different proctor, thank God, because it wasn't the proctor. The proctor was like this nice cute little pregnant lady. She was so sweet. I don't know what it is about that woman. She's like my kryptonite, because every time I was with her something bad happened. I couldn't even tell you. I ended up passing, and then I never failed anything after that. but completely fell off with like health, fitness, everything else. Fell off with therapy in the middle of the semester because of some family stuff that was going on. There were a couple other cool things that happened. Like I was asked by one of my professors, myself and one of my best friends, to go to the nursing orientation, and we got to talk with the incoming Block 1 students, which was great. That I really enjoyed that. That was another like super validating experience for me. And like, I hate that I keep saying that because that's probably not like super healthy or great, but again, just in the spirit of being honest, like that was a super cool experience for me, because like my like knee-jerk reaction is I just like assume that people don't like me. That's just how my brain operates, is I just like assume that people don't like me. Okay, so that's school. That's Block 3. It was great. Put a bow on that. I loved it. It was amazing. I hope Block 4 is just as good. Okay, moving on to work. So I started working as a nurse extern in August. I chose to give up my job title as patient care assistant. So they did have the option where you could still keep your job as a PCA and work your shifts as a PCA and then pick up shifts as an extern. I chose not to do that because like I just can't. Like it would have been adding more work days, right? And I was already having trouble with the 2 that I was supposed to do. So I chose to just work as a nurse extern and nothing else. So it took me a little bit to find my person. I worked with a couple different nurses, and luckily I knew them because I'm nurse externing on the same floor where I was a PCA. So I know all of the nurses already. It took me a couple tries, but I did find my person, and I have found my preceptor. She is amazing. We vibe so well. I love her so much. She's great. In the beginning, it was really difficult for me because, again, this is in the beginning of Block 3. I hadn't learned IV piggyback. I hadn't learned IV push. I hadn't learned NG tube. There were still a lot of skills that I had not learned in lab. So I was very unsure as far as like, am I only allowed to do like what I learned in lab or whatever? But like, come to find out, no, I am allowed to do whatever as long as I have the nurse supervising me. But there were a lot of things that I just like safety wise was not comfortable doing. Like my very first day as an extern, my preceptor asked me if I wanted to draw labs off of a central line and DC the access, and I was like, like, no, I'm gonna watch you do that. Like, hell no, I'm not doing that. I have since done that by myself. So, well, not by myself, but supervised. So while I was still in school, I tried to be as methodical as I could. What I mean by that is when I knew that my checkoff was coming up for IV piggyback, I was like, anybody on the floor that needs an IV piggyback, like you call me and I will come and do it. And I was just running that all day. That's what I was focusing on. And same, like whatever skill it was that we were working on in clinical or in lab, I was like, if you need that, call me and I will come and do it. So I just tried to, I focused a lot less on like learning how to be a nurse per se, and like when I needed to like hone in and practice my skills, that's what I tried to focus on while I was at work. And all my nurses were really cool because they're like, you're not making very much money to be here, so like you do with this time like what you need to do. So generally that's what I was doing. Once I got comfortable with all of my skills, that's when I really started focusing on learning how to become a nurse, like learning how to work as a nurse. I started with 2 patients, and it was more planning out the day and seeing when their meds were due and, you know, doing all of their charting and, you know, all of that stuff, learning how to organize my day, and then I would slowly build up. So now I'm up to 4 patients that I'm taking. But yeah, that's about all I have for work. It is very stressful, I will not lie, but it's not, y'all, it's better than being a PCA, I'll tell you what. Like, it is way better. It is way more mentally taxing. The fear of like hurting someone is like always like at the forefront. So that can be very like mentally taxing. Okay, so let's do like a family update then. So the kids are doing great. They just started school again, so it's pretty crazy to think like at the end of the school year when they're done, I will also be done, which is wild. We're trying to just like keep it simple for the next couple months until I graduate. We're not doing Girl Scouts anymore. I tell myself that like every day, like, you think you're stressed? count your blessings, because you could be selling Girl Scout cookies right now, and that is so freaking true. We had a really good Christmas. We went to Legoland and Disneyland. We did like experience Christmas. Yeah, the kids still got presents, but Disneyland was like their big trip, and then we just did Legoland for one day. Being Disneyland people, Legoland was very underwhelming, if I'm being honest. That's probably the most like entitled thing I've ever said. Yeah, I was not a big fan of Legoland, but like maybe if you have small kids, like toddlers, because most of those rides at Legoland are for like smaller kids. So yeah, and we're just kind of hanging in there until school's over. That's about all I got for the family. So with nearing the end of nursing school and nearing the end of this video, our plans for the future as far as like 2025 are to pay off all of our debt and get our emergency fund saved up. We're still planning on taking 2 vacations this year, one as a family, one just my husband and I. 2024 was a really difficult year for our family, and yeah, it was a really good year, but this year we're really trying to focus on being content and doing more with less. That's why my husband and I are both like really doing our best to stick to our resolutions, stick to our goals for this year, even though it's hard. Like I said at the beginning of the video, like it's fucking hard. Like we've been going to the gym, we're eating better, because kind of up until now, it's felt like our life has been at this weird like transitional phase. Now that that is all over, we're really just trying to focus on playing catch up, because like we are in our 30s. We're not where we should be as far as retirement, savings, debt. We're not in a great financial position right now. So we're trying to just really focus on like delayed gratification and doing the hard things that, you know, we have neglected to do in the past. And as far as content goes, I am not 100% sure. I don't want to put myself to any kind of like strict uploading schedule, because I feel like that is potentially setting myself up for just like feeling bad about myself over something that really is not going to make or break. Like, since I failed epically at documenting my nursing school journey, I would like to do better about documenting my new grad journey. So I do want to continue uploading nursing content, but there's a lot more about me that I haven't really talked about. I'm really interested in finances, and if you wanted to see like our debt payoff journey, I would love to share that with you guys. I don't know. I'm just gonna play around and see what feels right to me, and you know, and of course like nursing school is going to be the first priority. I did not come this far to come this far, so we've just got to get through the next 5 months and then pass the NCLEX. Then like the real adult life begins, which is crazy because I'm a 31-year-old woman, but my adult life, I feel like we're like, I have a career. I have a career. That's crazy. That's freaking crazy that I will have a career. Who let a glitch in the matrix happen and is letting me become a nurse? What is happening? This is nuts. Alrighty for the day. If you're still here at the end of this rambly ass video, thank you for listening to me and thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I have a couple videos filmed or that I'm editing, so stay tuned for those. If there's anything you want to see, leave it in the comments. If you have any questions, leave those in the comments, and do something to take care of yourself today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.